Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to discuss how you improve in Diamond Lobbies. We're going to showcase my dumb mistakes, things that I've made mistakes on, how opponents are making mistakes. We're going to talk about momentum, and guess what? We're going to have my voice in the background and comms. There might be a few cursing every once in a while, but don't worry, I mute it. This is a little bit more raw. We'll talk about the mistakes that I make and things that we do. I apologize that this video was delayed. I meant to upload it yesterday, but I had a meeting that I was attending to, as well as, you know, we've been having a lot of news updates regarding Apex Legends. So right off the rip, I am going to pause here in a minute. There's one big tip that I'm going to add here, and I'm going to pause it once I look at the shotgun bolt here. And I promise we're not going to focus too early on. I'm going to skip forward once we start fighting and talk about momentum. Shotgun bolt. All right, let's go and pause here. Now, the reason why I'm pausing here is because it's important to give your teammates loot and not double back, because you want to get momentum. You don't want to spend all your time looting and window shopping. This is why you land separate. Okay, you land separate intentionally so you can gather as much loot as possible. And maybe asking the question, what if a team is nearby? You still got to spread out just a little bit, just enough so you're not landing on the same spot and wasting time. You have to gather as much resources as possible. Even if you were to fight right away with 2 cells, what if the other person looted 4 cells? You need to be very, very fast and don't window shop. You're going to see a few mistakes here where I kind of double back. Holding on to. You want to be overall efficient. You'll see that I said, I'm, you know, going to hold on to that because I'm going to trade it out and give them the loot. Now we decide to fight here in a little bit instead once I scan.
I have to see Sarah off to work after this.
So let's go and skip to that. You're hearing just some personal comms as well.
Just use that as the.
Let's make this a juicer then. Point. Also, here's another good tip. I'm going to listen to the comms. Gone up quite a bit today, so I'm happy. In a short amount of time. I'm going to pause there. So one of the comms there was, you know, we've gone up. It's always good to keep morale and positivity going. Even if you're losing points, it could be very demoralizing and feel like a waste of time. Try not to look at losses as a waste of time, but a waste to learn. But even if you're gaining for the day, keep the momentum going and keep the positivity going, right? It's really hard when you're playing competitive and losing points to feel like things are just an absolute waste of time. So gas up your teammates, be positive with them, and keep the momentum going. Momentum works in terms of mental and positivity, but also works in terms of your gameplay and how you're moving and in tackling encounters together. Now, it's important to gather resources and level up your armor as much as possible if you happen to be spending a little more time looting than fighting. I always encourage more engagements and getting the loot that you need, because you can always grab it. Right here. I'm gonna have to, unfortunately, the shock there's so many people fighting nearby, and there's initial knock. So you'll notice here, what I'm gonna skip to next is when we started fighting and catching up, because the next bit of footage here is just me queuing forward and catching up. Now, as we catch up, you'll notice one thing. Mari and Solar are playing entry and refragger, essentially, and I'm playing just back as anchoring the position. We're looking for information. This is key, because there was a lot of teams that were here, but there's no information on what happened, why they're not fighting. We only have literally a horizon queue.
Where'd he go?
But I'm watching for them to see what happened nearby, clearing our back so we're not running face first, right? Because you're probably asking the question, well, if you see them there, pausing right here, why aren't you just shoving forward? Well, the reason why is that we knew there was a team in the back on the right. We already saw that whenever we hit the beacon, so we need to make sure that we're capitalizing on clearing this area, and is this the only team or is it not? And that's what we're looking for. Information. Information is key. And of course, we're going to see some imperfections. This game ended with around 10 eliminations, and it's going to be more in the later half, so we're going to skip to once that momentum starts rolling. On my ping. Now, what I call this is clearing our backs. Okay, I'm coming with you. Let's go and take a listen and see how the comms were and what we probably could have done better. Looking back on this, I thought this was a good round, but I don't really know if it was a great round after all. 50?
There the whole time.
I wish I landed the shot. I think if I landed it, oh gosh, this hurts to watch. Can't believe I missed both my shots. That's unfortunate.
I need to find more heavy ammo.
But what's interesting is how split this either team is or enemy team. And some of this because this footage has been quite some time. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pause.
I should have hit more.
Just to give some context here. I think it's important. This footage was during when everyone in Diamond was around like 0.1%. And it was just nothing but Preds or Masters. And so this is a pretty, I guess you could quote unquote say, higher tier lobby. You know, sometimes you get dunked into lower ones. But for the most part, it's, I guess you could say, a decent lobby. And that's the whole premise of like what happens when you play in these difficult lobbies and what does that outcome look like. And we're going to talk more about it.
A little bit.
Yeah. So we do have a potential team that's going to show up from behind. This is taking too long. Let's just...
No, we just need to leave.
So in this scenario, we decided to rotate because every time we try to do something, we don't have information if it's 2 teams or if it's 1 and what they're doing. And because it's taking long, because we also need to rotate to zone, we decide to rotate.
We could always just.
It's
go
always
rifts
difficult
and then end up
to
right
fight
here.
I don't
when you
have
just
that
don't
option.
have
If you
information,
guys
or
want
everyone is
me,
just
I
really
die.
hunkered
Trying to get
down.
there.
Good
So you need to
choice,
bait
but-
people out is always the key.
And I am here looking. Okay.
And there you go. There's a whole nother team that's
Excellent.
located
They're
here.
all white.
So there's good entry, but we're also
I also have to work
needing
my way
resources.
Yeah, just or go left, either one. Just go to zone.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe they'll push us out in the open.
This is what we call a
Just
bait.
hoping to get some fucking ammo.
By moving left and seeing if they'll push forward right out
for
into
you.
the open. I don't remember if they actually
again?
take the bait or not. If
If
we
I get a
actually
crazy
just go through.
knock, which is most likely not. Okay.
We'll see what happens
Go
here.
through. I'm grading for some bullets because I really have nothing.
I can't go through yet. Oh, no, I can. Going.
And we actually rotate. We actually didn't get to maximize on the bait, but we do get to rotate pretty much for free here. Creative rotations, I love using this on,
This is
on
gonna-
Olympus.
this
It's
is
risky.
greedy, but-
It's greedy, this is we're saying, but there is some positives.
Let me know which way to
keep
go because
momentum.
I don't have info.
It's fine.
And our resources are low.
Um,
Okay, so what we're
could hit
learning
this.
here is that even though
You do need
we
that.
had a slow start, you're going to see the momentum kick up. So what I'm going to do
Res on the
is we're
left.
going to skip over to the momentum
for
of
harvest
whenever
arm, not
we
with
just
you for 2
started
seconds.
rolling with pushing a team, pushing a team, and pushing a
Got
team.
it.
And this is what you're trying to find. And this is really frustrating when you don't get the early fight
I
to
brought
gain that
120
momentum, because
heavy
gaining that momentum on early fight gets you more resources.
Nobody took
It gets you an
that.
Res right
opportunity
here.
to
Man.
rotate
There's a
into
wingman
a
over there,
clean
too.
area, and it gives you the ability to
Honestly,
fight.
like,
Oh, this guy's literally one.
There's a mark over there.
He's
he
cracked in
inside?
solo. He's cracked. Oh, he just res. Never mind. He's
So this was our
but
moment
yeah,
to
he
gain
should be
some
inside right there.
additional KP, and I think this is whenever we actually
Is it
started
out?
really pushing across the
Crossing?
board.
here.
just got blue now. Res 2 on white. 2 on white.
And that's what you call the information from that I play as Vantage. I'm always
Okay, the
calling what
others are
armors
res right
they
here.
have. Information is key, where they're positioned, and then trying to push and do
That guy's
as much
solo
damage as
inside.
possible.
Nice. Okay, the other one's above. Might want to come back.
So this is our aggro push, just to catch them out and move forward on them.
Right here.
Yeah, yeah.
And we decide just to pretty much go and shove this.
Wait,
'Cause
that's
this
3 on ping.
3v2.
That's 3 on ping.
But now we're confused because we got 3 on
confused
ping
now.
even though we knocked
Kill the
one.
guy in building. Building's alone.
Queuing in.
We'll listen to these comms, and then we'll break
Get
them
on
down
there.
afterwards.
Which floor? I'm underneath.
Climbing. They're climbing. I can see.
Drop. He's on first, I think. He's on first.
So knowing where they're at is
Dropping.
important. Whether they go first, whether
Not
they
there,
go
Anita. I
second.
can't see it yet. I'm here now. Better.
And she pretty much won her one at that
Better.
point.
Here's,
It was
here's your wingman.
easy. And then Anita
These
gets a
people
wingman,
are
which is
still,
So much heavy. So much heavy.
crazy for burst,
Heavy again, okay.
which is insane for burst.
I'm watching that side. I'm holding roof.
Now I'm going to pause here. This is something interesting that I always do, is looking for the next encounter, who's rolling up. Notice how I don't necessarily loot. I let my teammates loot, and then I go loot afterwards. It's always important to take height to look for the next encounter, for the next rotation, and garner information. Right? Even if the comms are a little muddy, you probably heard from the last encounter that the comms, you know, what floor are they at? If you don't know what something is, ask for what you're looking for. And if somebody doesn't know, not knowing is at least knowing enough information to look for something, right? It means that if they don't know where they're at on the top floor, then they're possibly on the bottom floor, right? So that information is important to just pretty much, I call it Sherlock Holmes, you know, where you're kind of just breaking down the clues and where somebody is and where they're located. Especially when we just hit, you know, the skyward dive up and we realize, wait a minute, there's 3 pings, what's happening here? You don't have information, but you start to break down what is happening in the encounter, where they're located. Let's break ahead and see here.
Oh, right here. 3 stack trying to move up. 44.
So this was a 3 stack that
They're underneath.
is trying to move
Bloodhounds,
up, as
one
I
I
stated.
saw.
We shot,
Right here,
we
yep.
always make the assumption
Bloodhound
that somebody
crossing.
could push or engage, right?
100 on Lobo down.
Assuming that you're safe is just crazy,
They poured it in.
especially when you're playing in diamond lobbies. Just being blunt.
That's the weirdest
Alright.
port I've ever seen.
We just need to get into zone. I'm ready to Valkyl.
Here.
That works
So
too.
we
I-
decide to
I need to
rotate,
take
and
Valkyl
we're gonna
because
skip to
I
the next
ended
encounter.
with the Valkyl
I'm
build.
go this
sorry
way,
that
I
some of
think?
the early stuff is a little bit slow, but I promise you, as we
Yeah,
keep
you
going,
can
it'll
follow
really
that.
pick
Oh,
up, and
behind
we'll
us.
talk
Awesome.
about fights.
Copy.
All right, so we move forward. We have the team that's inside. We have the team in the
Wait, is
back,
that
but then
somebody
we
there?
can
Careful.
and then we have a team also
That's
on the
my-
right.
no, they're there,
And
they're
there's a
there,
team
they're
in
there,
here. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and pause
Look,
here.
Mari,
Why
where'd
we
we go?
decide to just pretty
I'm
much
just-
fight
I'm
this
stopping on
team.
these rocks.
Okay.
So Laura's pretty much playing entry at this point. Now, Mari did get hit, but was healed. And we have a lot of teams. Essentially, we have to fight our way through. If we just sit here passively, we're going to lose. This is one of those encounters where I say you need to actually engage and fight. Because if you don't, like I said, the team in the back, there's two teams in the back of this, and the team on the right. At some point, you're just going to get blasted from different angles, so you got to secure the best spot. The best spot is to be where this
Moving
team
up with
is.
Anita then.
So we start to push this. Let's listen to the comms here.
Arcing. Arcing again. Oh, nice
Stuck one, I
stick.
stuck one, I stuck one, I stuck one.
Nice. Queuing up on it.
Now this is an aggro push. And the reason why is because the arc stick was there, massive ability to kind of push forward. And honestly, I could have gone even a second sooner. Once the arc stick happened, I didn't even need to comment. I should just went, assuming, right? Because you shaved down in that time.
Got her. Holding.
Crack,
Nice. Moving
dead,
up. Moving up.
crack. Yeah.
I'm taking port. Now, this is another communication. Just take port. And the reason why we're opting to keep pushing forward is that we know once we clear this out, we don't have to worry about a team in front of us. But we can go back and start dealing with the teams in the back. Let's keep moving forward on this.
Take port with me.
Armor swapping.
Waiting for her to drop it. Really going far, huh?
Yeah,
I'm actually...
50 flash.
Okay, I'm gonna sit here on the other end of the port then. Never mind, there's people here. New team, new team, new team.
Now, Mari does calm this later because we do know that the team was there. We were already aware of it, and he does calm later. I should not have just stayed there. I should have gone with you, which is fair. He also wanted to watch our backs to make sure that we weren't going to get shoved afterwards. It's one of those things we just have to go all together, and it makes sense to try to overthink the situation. But I remember we VOD reviewed this. It was like we should just kept moving forward.
They're gonna come through that for sure. They're 100% coming through this after me.
I don't see them.
Why?
Now, the reason why this team isn't pushing is because they're dealing with a lot of other stuff right now. There's a team, remember, on the far angle as well as that's pushing behind them. So they have a lot to deal with. So even though he got knocked, we got a little lucky here. And that can happen depending. That's what we say, just keep pushing through because you can deal with your backs afterwards.
I'm rezzing. I'm rezzing.
Yeah. I got it.
Okay. I'm watching port.
Yeah, I ulted the entrance. Just wait for it.
Why would they not come through that?
They didn't have info. Yeah.
Kraber there.
It's yours. Do you want it?
I'll take it.
Yeah, probably better on Daz if I'm playing entry.
Hang on over here.
Going for it. I had a longbow, so this is perfect. It's not even kitted.
Sick.
It's longbow, dude.
Rez and Hammond fighting solar.
Kitted.
Now, this is a great moment because then I
Longbow,
get to
dude.
finally enjoy a upgrade to the Kraber. I had a longbow before.
Third solar.
Had way too much sniper
Okay.
ammo. That's another note right
Rez
there.
on the right here.
It's interesting going back. Everything is always hindsight 2020, right?
What about this team on the
Try
right? What
not
happened
to.
to
I'm gonna
those
go
guys?
pause here. Try not to obsess too hard about what would the right decision could have been in that moment, because sometimes the dumbest plays can turn out to be the best plays. Don't overthink it. As long as you play together and go together and you're moving, that's the goal. Now, let's say you're playing a defensive team and you want to go to zone. You still want to secure space and you want to push in and out and kind of have this. I call it like the boxing effect. You know, you're trying to find your jabs and trying to get in, but you just can't play defense the whole time because you're just going to get peppered and absolutely destroyed. So that's my boxing reference for this video.
I don't know.
2 out.
Oh, 2 out coming.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pause here. Information. Res happened, 2 out, we're pushing, but we know there's a team on the right, but we can probably clean this up quickly. Bit risky, but we're just going for it.
Over here.
Yeah, queuing forward with you.
40 white on one. Oh, weird as hell. Selling.
One's back here.
Adjust your scopes.
Can't believe I missed that.
Crossing.
Can't believe I missed that too.
I promise you the Kraber shots
Moving
do
forward.
get better,
They're running.
luckily,
They're scared.
Any up in here?
because I do get some clean ones later. But yeah, I should not have missed those shots, let's be honest.
Flush. Knocked.
There we go. There's some of the shots, even though the vantage bullets are the sides of
Hit
the
the
house.
Knocked.
Oh man, they're juicy
Flush.
shots. That's great. I'm happy about that. I don't know why I can't land a Kraber shot today. That sucks.
Flushed.
What a waste of
I'm
bullets.
horrible.
Luckily, I make up for them later.
Flush.
So
I'm
well.
shoving here. I'm just going.
When you, yeah. Now here's another thing. I'm gonna pause it here. There's only a certain point to when you want to chase somebody. By moving forward and pushing forward, there's a few things. The zoners are in our back, and if the solo's moving forward, they're pretty much clearing space for you. Now, it also would be smarter of us to go to the left immediately as well, which is what we do. And we don't really need to secure these knocks because they're going to get eliminated to zone, because zone 3 to 4 and after 4 just is absolutely brutal. So zone priority is important, so you got to decide when do you stop fighting and stop chasing into the oblivion. So just kind of mark that. It was like an important fact when it comes to diamonds. Now, in lower lobbies, you can get away with just keep running, but at some point, you'll get punished in diamonds if you chase to the ends of the earth, and then you'll make a dumb mistake and get knocked, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, we don't need to worry about these two on the ground then. They're dead.
He's running left.
I hear her.
Bottom left.
Got her.
Nice.
All right. Where are we playing?
Let's pick this care package.
We don't have a choice. We have to walk in now, I think.
Yeah.
I can fly. Too late.
Yeah.
Too late. Too late. Too late.
Yeah.
We do need to collapse faster. Zonal.
Be idea to be on that side, or we can third this in front.
Here.
We have
Looking.
to third
Get ready.
this.
Now I'm gonna pause here because the Kraber shot finally lands after 30 decades of not landing shots. So don't stress if you miss shots. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's always my tip. Now here we were calming back and forth on how we should rotate. We should have been faster on it. Mari was just being more firm and definitive. I always say that. Sometimes I make the mistake of throwing too many options out there. But this is an option, right? We kind of go for this and say, let's just fight. And once the damage is there, listen, the opening is there. Don't miss out on openings just because you're scared of what the outcome is, especially when you made a big one with a Kraber.
140.
Kraber is like the best way to make an opening. Knocked.
Crack.
So here's an example of just making that. And I could have pushed a little sooner.
Keeping forward.
There we go. Honestly, with my
I'm gonna
advantage
flank, I'm gonna
cues,
flank
I
it.
can probably just move a little more
Burning inside.
with a little more haste on this
Alright,
from what
flanked
I'm
him.
watching. You can always learn from watching VODs and stuff like that. It's very
Crack
key.
bang. They're batting on the right side. On the right side.
Information's being provided. Now the downside, I'm gonna pause right here. The downside of this is that as you're communicating and giving updates is that your aim can sometimes take a nosedive. So be sure that you practice your communication and you're improving on it, because let's say, for example, you're aim training or in the range, talking with friends and having a conversation can be really beneficial, because as you talk, your brain can't focus on two things at the same time. So if you talk, your aim is going to drop, and if you don't talk, then you're not providing information. So you got to do both, and they're really important. If you're not talking to your teammates, then hopefully you're creating one of the best openings and then moving with haste. And as I'm watching this VOD, I can honestly move with a little bit more haste based on my damage and just kind of put that pressure. Every second you're not doing something, you're alleviating that pressure. I'm just going to leave this stuttering and stammering in this video, to be honest. It makes it a little more authentic. But that is the biggest problem. And I'm seeing it even here, and I notice it even with my Vantage gameplay. It's a bit risky because you're the size of a house and you're a large hitbox, yes, but you can't fear that, especially when you have such a massive advantage. Just kind of go and then make a play.
Nice.
Because then you get this
Lightning.
cleanup. This
Please
could have
have
actually been cleaned up even a little faster, and it was already a clean fight, right? So grabbing what you need, not window shopping. You know, we need bats.
Thank you.
Looking for the
Found a light mag.
essentials.
Jesus
I
Christ.
was looking for a light
16
mag,
years.
just because that's one of the biggest things I actually needed in this. And we have a
Right here
team
we
over
go.
on the right.
Blast him.
Let's take a look at the comms here.
50 on horizon.
Knocked one.
Run.
Cracked another one up in the air.
Lots of damage. Good knock.
Fuck.
And this is the
Selling.
same thing
Not
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, to res. We might be able to push it and secure it. I know it's greedy, but
I'm pushing under. I'm pushing under.
okay.
I didn't even need to calm this, to be honest. I did calm that it might be a little greedy because of zone, but to be honest, we need this team out because we've already kind of engaged them and we got massive damage, so don't hesitate. I think the whole theme of when it comes to diamond lobbies, whether you feel like it's a dumb play or not, don't hesitate, especially when you've created a big opening. If you can't make an opening, then you don't hesitate to rotate. That's when you move. But most people ask the question, how do I know when to fight, when not to fight? If you can land your shots. If you can't land your shots, go practice so you can land your shots. But if you are landing them, then capitalize them. And a lot of players that are playing at this level have pretty decent to good aim, and they're creating openings, but most of the people aren't moving on them. And even my moving on this footage, I'm just noticing, I'm like, my gosh, I wish I was just moving just a tad faster. And it is fast, but I just wish it was just that, just because that's the difference. The difference between 3 seconds to 1 second is huge, but what about 1 second to 0.2, right? Just kind of
Queuing
moving
forward.
instinctively.
Okay, I'm healing. 2-2.
Bang 70 flush.
Where?
So it's
Ping?
just moving up.
I see it. I see it. Yep.
A little hard to see.
I
in the
got
smoke
sucked
here.
in. I got sucked in.
Another mistake here. I could have shot the Horizon ult out. Would have been more efficient than just kind of running away. Anita was doing fantastic damage here. And I really didn't need to shoot the knock. Those complete waste of bullets
Mars
there.
by himself right now.
Fine.
Over here on building.
That's a whole no new squad. New squad.
Yeah, crack one.
Now we
Yeah,
do
I'm holding
Valk
out.
ult, and we're going to see the ability to use
Batting.
utility
Can we
here.
Valk ult? Let's Valk ult.
Getting landed.
I'm going to pause here again. Now, the beauty here is that if you have a Valkyrie, that you can play for these greedy spots and then rotate immediately. That is the benefit. So kind of keep in mind your team utility. That's why I'm calling it out as well. Knowing what's on your squad and what's at your disposal, right? If we had a Horizon, can we ult the team in front of us and run past? If you had, let's say, a Pathfinder zip, can we zip past them? What can we do? Can we zip on top of them? Can we push this? Your utility is how you get in and
Let's
out
go
of
over to
fights,
Mars.
and you have to maximize on it.
Queuing over.
Fucking other side here. 10-6.
I just queued out. I'm coming. The timing on this is a bit
shit.
brutal. They get shot as
go
we're
to
moving.
Marvin.
I say let's go for Mari. Unfortunately, Anita runs into somebody. Queuing over.
Fucking other side here. 10-6.
I just queued out. I'm coming.
Man.
This gets a little dicey
Factor.
right here. Especially the other team is really low. Doesn't put pressure on us. Is probably trying to get into zone as well. And then we have to just pretty much rotate immediately, or else we're dead. The zone.
Oh. Here, on me.
Yeah.
Now.
Every second matters here. Every second when it comes to looting. Even though we need resources, yes. At some point, you got to know when to stop and when to get out. Every second that you waste means that a team could get to our spot, means that we're going to get shot, means that we're going to take extra zone damage.
No,
All of that matters. And that's the, I guess, the fun of Apex, but also the hardest thing that everyone seems to struggle with.
Holy.
Maybe north side right here?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Other side. Yeah, this side. We're safe here. We're safe here.
Yep, we've got this.
Yeah, I'm resetting.
I don't have a whole lot of light. Popping ultic
I'm
cells.
going to hold this. I'm going to hold this choke.
You got it. So just pinging information, securing space is always kind of the goal here, but not just staying here. You're going to notice we're not going to just stay here. We have all the space, but you don't just rat, right? I'd say secure space by fanning out, looking for information, looking for weak spots, because while we have all this space, and yeah, we got great KP, keep the momentum going. This is whenever what every team is looking for. You're looking for a snowball. Whenever you have resources, when you have the advantage, when you have positioning, and you're putting a lot of pressure on teams, you just got to keep capitalizing on it. And if you do, then you're going to net out big. And this is what I wish that this happened early in the round, and this could have been an even better round if we just found that momentum. The momentum, once you just start spiraling, it builds the confidence of the team. Everyone wants to fight. Everyone starts landing shots. A lot of positivity gets going. And sometimes it's better just because I know people always say, play support legends to reset, but then you lose a lot of your momentum. And sometimes just going for what legends you feel most confident on rather than just using a support legend can be a lot better because at least you're all in. And once you get the snowball effect, it really starts to take place and you can feel out that your teammates are feeling good. But that's kind of goes to the very beginning of the video when it talks about that positivity in terms of reinforcing your teammates that things are good. If you start saying, we can't fight this isn't going to work, then you would say that's negative language. Now, there's a difference between saying this fight makes no sense versus providing a new idea. If we say we can't fight this, it's like, why? Why are you saying we can't fight it? What can we do to fight it? And if you say, let's not fight this as a team literally right behind this, that's logical. Sure, let's get to a better spot, but don't worry, we're going to pinch them later. Offer an alternative and a solution so then it kind of keeps that positive momentum going. So then you're fighting. I can be better about this. And listening to the comms of this, so it's like once it gets going, it's a whole lot of fun. And I honestly need to be better about not stopping that snowball as well.
108 on 1.
I can't.
Honestly, like,
Wait, watch out for zone. Watch out for zone.
A lot of them.
okay, then we're backing up.
Yeah, I'm backing.
There should be like 3 teams there. Last one I saw.
That's fine. That's fine.
Now, the reason why it's like, okay, we can get focused on this team, but why not get more KP on this end? Because now we're going to secure space. That's an example of like, okay, you got the momentum going. Let's go have more fun rather than just focusing on the team in the back. Let's kill everyone else on the other end because there's 3 teams forward. We secure our backs. These guys are most likely not going to push us from behind. Most likely they're going to focus forward. You can make some logical assumptions and
I just wanted
guesses
to
at that
make
point.
sure that they knew that they like were pushing us,
Okay, moving up. Going up to this spot.
Let's go here.
Now, you're going to see some good openings right here, my ping. Oh, they're padding on me. Knocked one. The guy on the far left over here by himself on my ping. Cracked. These are all really good information of where people are at and what they're doing.
Lobby feedback.
Loba's the last one. All dead. Very nice. Quick swap. Getting the batteries. Swapping guns. Hold on. I don't have enough ammo. I can't fight yet.
Almost hit me in the face. Holy shit, dude.
This was a good swap because I really didn't have a whole lot of light ammo, and then the Havoc does pay dividends at the end.
Blue armor on one of them.
140 knocked. I got a bat. You can push forward.
I'm batting too.
I'm gonna pause here. Here's an incentive to get your teammates to move. You get a knock, just tell them to move forward. Just go fight. Even if you just say knock, go, as the incentive, like, hey, I should do something. Like, we're cooking, right? If I didn't say anything, perhaps they would not have moved, but you got to kind of keep that momentum going once you have it. I love it when the momentum just really kicks in. And reviewing this just really showcases, like, they're not just dummy pushes. Keep that in mind. It's looking for information and fighting, and then securing what you know is smart, and then using your utility as an asset and strength. And I feel like a lot of individuals, when they look at Diamond Lobbies, they think they're just going ape, push, but there's a thought process behind. We do fight that one. Don't fight that one. Let's fight over here. Let's go over here.
but keeping that going. I think the early game, trying to feel it out when you don't have the resources is always difficult. But once you get your loadout and everyone is kind of cooking, then it just feels fantastic.
Thank you, careful.
Okay. I do Q on this, I believe. Let's see here.
Okay, going.
Okay, I'm going Qing forward. Yep.
Triple dead.
This was
Yep,
way,
I'm shoving him.
way better in terms of less hesitation.
Slow.
Oh, man.
Reloading. I think they rezzed.
Fucking good ass.
Shoving left, yep. Knocked him.
Now, good information. Even if your teammate is saying they're shoving left, it gives me reinforcement to know that I can just keep moving forward. If I can keep moving forward, then that's a positive momentum because I have my back at least covered with my teammate. So that's really, really important. Even if you just give like positive reinforcement, I'm with you, keep going. Positive affirmations, they go really
On me?
far. Because it's always assumed at this level that everyone can play, you know?
Knocked.
One damage. Dead.
Nice.
Really
Spatting.
good. And they're getting to the tail end. If you enjoyed this commentary, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Really appreciate all of you guys for watching. I
Oh, last
was a little
one,
worried
last one.
about this round. I forgot if it was good or bad and why I saved it. It's not the best
140 on
round,
one.
but it is a good round.
Got her, got her, got her.
Nice, 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 nice.
Maintaining that pressure.
Way up.
We've won at this point. Just maintain it.
Playing right on him.
I can't see. I'm just shooting through it. Nice.
Hey, just keeping up the pressure. That's all that matters.
Last one could be the
Guys, if you found this
Jeez,
helpful,
holy around.
don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate all of you guys for watching, and we'll see you
I
guys
had-
all
I had
next
11
time. kills at the end.
Yeah.
Good God, did we just roll that lobby?